Hello everyone, welcome to Come Sit at My Table. We are so happy that you're here with us for our video today. We are going to make, I guess it's a side dish that goes with just about everything. It's a creamy corn casserole. It is so delicious. I've had this recipe since about 2005. So I've had it for many, many years and used it a ton of times. Let's talk about what we're going to use today. I'm telling you, this one goes fast. It is so easy to make. You can throw it together in no time. This is what we're using. We have 1 stick of butter that's melted, and that's a ½ cup. We're using 2 eggs. We're using a 8½ ounce box of corn muffin mix. Okay, it's Jiffy. If you can find another brand that you like better, that's fine, but I've always used Jiffy for this. We're using a 15-ounce can of whole kernel corn. Now, Melissa and I really like white corn. So that's what I'm using in today's recipe, but it does not have to be white corn. You can use just regular yellow corn, bicolor corn, whatever you'd like to use. If you have fresh corn on the cob, and you want to cut your own off, that would be fine. You're going to need about almost 2 cups. We're also using a 14.75 ounce, 14 3/4 ounce cream style corn. And again, I got the white corn, but you do not have to do that.
So could you substitute both of the cans of corn for fresh corn?
No, you have to have the cream corn for this to have enough moisture. So you could sub out the whole kernel corn for fresh corn, but you do have to have a can of cream style corn. Then we have an 8-ounce box tub of sour cream. We have 1/3 cup of just white granulated sugar and 1/4 cup of onion that I have chopped very fine. This goes together so fast. The first thing you have to do is melt your butter, and then you want to beat your eggs just a little bit. So I'm just going to put my eggs in another bowl here. Ooh, that one's got a double yolk. Lucky egg. And we're going to beat these together. And you don't have to beat them until they're totally mixed, but you just don't want to put 2 whole eggs in there. They may not completely get combined. So just mix them up a little bit, beat them some, so that when they go in, they're easier to stir into everything else. Okay, so we have our butter melted, we have our eggs beaten. Now all we have to do is stir everything together. So here we go. I'm going to start with the Jiffy mix. By the way, our oven is preheated to 375 degrees, and we will bake this for 45 minutes. I'll probably start checking it at about 40 minutes because our oven bakes a little hot, but about 40-45 minutes. If your oven doesn't bake so hot, it might take just a hair longer. Okay, so we have that in. Everything else just gets dumped in. And I'm going to scrape these bowls. You know I'm not going to waste this. Butter is flavor. Fat is flavor. So we want it all in there. No waste. And we want our eggs in. So I'm going to put those in. Scrape that out too. Since we're putting eggs in, can we claim this as like a protein dish?
I don't think so. Good try though, baby. Good try.
Hey, doesn't hurt to try. In goes our whole kernel corn, and I did drain that, but I didn't squeeze the juice out of it. I just tipped it up and let it drain out. And then in goes our cream style corn. And let's scrape that all out. We want that moisture too. And flavor. Cream corn has a lot of flavor in it. Okay. Then in with our sour cream. seems to me like we have used sour cream in a lot of recipes lately.
I don't know about that, but I mean, I don't know why, but yes, it is true. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
we have.
We just picked out things that.
I don't know. And I'm not opposed to sour cream, but I'm not a huge sour cream fan. I don't mind it in things, but I don't like it just on top of something.
I love it.
I know you do. You
really
absolutely. Like I think you would eat it with a spoon.
Well, I don't know that I love it that much, but I do like it.
Yeah, you do. And I like it. I just don't love it like you do. All right. Now, all we have to do is stir everything together and put it in our greased 8x8 or 9x9 pan.
It really doesn't get a whole lot easier than this, does it, sweetie?
If you want a good side dish that's easy and quick to get in the oven, and while this is baking for 40-45 minutes, or ever how long it takes yours to get done, you can be preparing the rest of the meal. Really simple. All right, I think I got all that cornbread mix off the bottom. Just making sure. Don't want that to be on the bottom and not get mixed up or around the edge. Okay, so here's our square baking dish. We're just going to pour it in.
You did spray it. I think you may have mentioned that. I can't remember. But
I did spray it, absolutely. I think I mentioned it, but...
I just don't want anybody to have their stick.
Right. I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to scrape that spoon off. Actually, that didn't get mixed up very well on the spoon.
Not on the spoon, it didn't.
That's okay. I'll take care of that. I'll still stir it in. Not going to hurt anything. Okay. And if I scraped out those corn cans and that sour cream container, I'm going to scrape this out. That's money. And in this day and time, nobody can afford to waste money, can we?
It's amazing what grocery prices are these days.
I saw a report yesterday from the government that said grocery prices had risen on average 62% in the last 3 years.
Wow.
That is just
painful.
Crazy. Well,
because unfortunately incomes have not increased 62%, have they?
No, they haven't. But that's a whole other story. Okay. We're going in for 40 to 45 minutes. When this is finished and it's ready to eat, we'll come back and let you see it. Our creamy corn casserole is out of the oven. We have let it cool for probably 15-20 minutes, just so it doesn't burn my mouth when we take a bite.
How new of us.
And I want you to look what, it's still steaming. I can see the steam coming off of it. Look what a nice corn casserole. Now, people may ask, is this like a corn pudding? It is not. The addition of the cornbread muffin mix, the Jiffy mix, completely changes the texture of it. It's kind of a cross between a bread. It's not a cornbread, but it's kind of a cross between a bread and a corn pudding, I guess. It's just, it's different from both of those, but similar to both of them at the same time. Babe, are you taking a bite?
Sure.
I don't think that end piece will be too hot.
That's really good. I love the onion in it.
Yeah, the onion really, really helps it.
Just gives it a nice extra little flavor that you wouldn't have without it, but it's definitely still corn.
Mm-hmm. When our girls were still at home, they really liked this because it's just I don't know, it's a little bit sweet, but it's not like a cake. It's really good. It's very different from just about anything else that I ever made. And it goes with just about anything. It goes with chicken, goes with pork, goes with turkey, goes with anything really. Steak goes well with steak.
Great barbecue food, I would think.
Delicious. We used to serve it with mashed potatoes. Our youngest daughter just did not think you could have mashed potatoes without corn or corn without mashed potatoes. So when we had this creamy corn casserole, I always fixed mashed potatoes just so she would have mashed potatoes with it. And it does go well together. All right. Thank you for watching our video. We do appreciate it. Please go right below this video and click the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button if you've not clicked it before. Remember that right below this video where you see the title of this recipe, creamy corn casserole, if you'll click that title or somewhere in that box, it will expand. Melissa always puts the written recipe there, and our contact information is beneath that recipe, right below it. And there's a place under that where you can leave a comment if you'd like. We'd love to hear from you. If you try this, let us know what you think. I think you're going to love it. It's very different than most things we fixed. All right. Thank you so much for watching our video. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day.